What is up, my friends? Welcome to my channel, Action Investor. And well, here's my portfolio. As you guys can see, valued at $344,438.05. And as you guys know, the focus of my portfolio is dividend income. Still estimated to make over $60,000 a year and $5,000 on a monthly basis. And so the focus is here to make money now, make money on a monthly basis, to get that cash, to get that money now. And so what I want to talk to you guys about today is what you spend your money on. The things that you buy that necessarily may be things that you don't need, but things that you may want. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying something that you don't necessarily need, but that you do want occasionally. I buy things that I want. But I want to go into focus of, for example, of the lottery. And occasionally at work, somebody from the office comes by and says, "Oh, you want in on the lottery?" Everybody in the company's buying. The last few times I've just said no. I don't want to lose money. I have occasionally gone to the 7-Eleven or the liquor store and I tell the cashier just for fun, "Hey, I want to lose $2 today, right? Give me a lottery ticket." And when I'm there at the store, at the liquor store, there's always people buying scratchers and lottery tickets, and they're spending all kinds of money on lottery tickets. It's almost like a guaranteed loss. They're going to lose that money for the most part. And if you do happen to win some money, it's because you've already spent a whole lot of money. And so let's check this out. On average, Americans in 2023 spent $17 billion on lottery tickets. Here it says that the average American spends $1,000 a year on lottery tickets. Okay, so it's people basically just wanting to lose money. Okay, and I don't want to lose any money. I don't want to buy lottery tickets. Now, this is kind of I want to show you guys this this thing from the news. You may have seen it before. It was 3 years ago. It's very unfortunate. I'm not trying to make fun of this guy or anything. Just this news clip. It's very unfortunate what happened to this guy. So check this out. Let me show you guys what happened here. You may have seen this already. It's just a reminder if you may have seen it already. Check out what happened to this guy. Check this out.
A West Side gas station.
Thieves target a man because of the gold chain he was wearing. Tonight he's talking with our Tim Pamplin, who joins us from the scene with the night cam. Tim.
It was a typical afternoon here at this West Warren gas station in Detroit near Grand Boulevard. Customers coming in, filling up with gas, buying lottery tickets. It was a favorite spot for our victim, Jamal. Customer walks in, shakes his hand, a couple more customers behind. The guy in the black. Pay close attention to him and his buddy right behind. They're looking for some easy pickings, and Jamal is their target. I hit the lottery. Jamal won $30,000 on the Michigan lottery, bought himself a $20,000 necklace. You see, he's wearing it there. He's heard of people getting robbed for their jewelry.
Yeah, it's a thing. So I was just looking around, making sure nobody tried to get my chain,
But they did get his chain. He walks out the store. The suspects were waiting. So I ran.
Well, you guys get the idea, right? This guy wins the lottery. He won $30,000, and he bought a gold chain for $20,000. So is there really anything wrong with buying a gold chain for $20,000? I guess if you really want a gold chain and you got the money, what's the problem, right? What's the big deal? If you really want to buy a gold chain and you got the money to buy it, I guess go ahead and buy it, right? But what would have been a better option, right? For me personally, if I would have won $30,000 from the lottery, which I doubt I would ever win because I really don't play, but if I were to win, that money would be right here. It would be right here in any one of these ETFs. and it would be making me money. It would be paying me something. And so, not to make fun of this guy or anything, it's very unfortunate what happened to him. You know, I mean, buying a gold chain like that and wearing it out in public, yeah, maybe not the best idea, but there's obviously nothing wrong with buying a gold chain if that's what you really want to buy. I guess it comes down to like what really matters, what you really value. I mean, do you value a gold chain, or do you value more like, putting that $20,000 to work for you, which it was $30,000. And so he could have bought anything. He could have bought the S&P 500. He could have bought uh, this Vanguard Total Stock Market, and his money would have grown. His money would have started to make money. He could have bought some other dividend paying ETF. Obviously, this was 3 years ago, so a lot of these Yeildmax ETFs didn't exist. But for example, just for curiosity, let's say he would have known about Nvidia. Let's say he would have known about Nvidia and somebody told him about it. Somebody close to him knew about it and told him, "Hey, you should buy Nvidia." Right? It was 3 years ago, so it was back in 2023. So this is a 5-year track record of Nvidia here. So back in 2023, Nvidia was at, man, look at that. In January, $15. By the end of 2023, let's see here, it was about, man, close to $50, right? Close to $50. So let's go somewhere in the middle, right? Let's say he would have got in for $20. Let's say he had a really good friend who told him about Nvidia right after he won that $30,000. And let's say that he got in right like in the middle right there, like at $25. How much money would this guy have? Just for curiosity. Let's check this out. So if we go over here to the calculator, let's go $30,000 divided by 25. He would have got 1,200 shares. Now let's say he would have waited, right? Because you got to wait, back in 2023, you got to wait all the way until 2024, right? 3 years later. And so let's say that he was really good and sold it right at the top, 1,200 shares, and the price was $1,200, pretty much at the top, before the split, before the 10-to-1 split. The stock was worth $1,200. And so this guy would have made over $1 million. Over $1 million with a $30,000 investment into Nvidia. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how man, that blows my mind. 30 grand turns into over $1 million in 3 years by investing in Nvidia. Wow. And so also, one of the unfortunate things about investing and getting to learn about all this stuff, because as you invest, you start to learn about it. You start to learn how to make money and how to trade, how to sell options. You start to uh, have a tolerance for days when the market's in the red, and um, yeah, you start to learn the ways of the market little by little. I'm no expert, of course. There are people who know far more than me, but as you start doing it, you start to learn more about the market. And so, uh, how cool would it have been for this guy to put in that $30,000 into something in the market and turned it into $1 million? That would have been great. But one of the unfortunate things that I've noticed is that as I'm learning about this stuff and as I'm learning about the market, I've shared this information with friends and family members. And the unfortunate thing is that friends and family members, the people that are the closest to me, the people that I care the most about, unfortunately, they have no interest in this whatsoever. I've told my brother, I've told various family members about the stock market. I've told friends, I've told coworkers. And for the most part, unfortunately, they have no interest in this. And that's very unfortunate to me. I was reading another statistic that only 60% of the American population has investments in the stock market. So it's a little bit over half of the American population. So there is still a very large population in America that does not invest at all, right? They're doing something else with their money. And it's very unfortunate. It's sad, right? But that's why I started making these videos, because since no one else really wants to hear about this, right? None of my friends and family members, nobody around me, none of the people who are closest to me want to hear about this stuff. I'm looking to find a group of people who do want to hear about it, who do want to learn about it, who are interested in how do I turn a small amount of money into a larger amount of money? How do I do it? And so, yeah, this is the best way to do it, right here in the market. Now, as I've mentioned before, I have a covered call that I sold on VTI, which will be expiring this Friday. My strike price is $265, so I may be obligated to sell my shares to the person on the other end of the contract for $265. I hope it doesn't happen, but it looks like it's probably going to happen. The expiration is this Friday, and so I'll make another video going into details and letting you guys know what happens. Hopefully this hopefully the price here returns to about under 267. If it goes back to under 267, 266, then the shares won't be called away from me by Friday. So I'm hoping that since it is hitting a new all-time high, because this is a new all-time high for VTI, usually when that happens, there is somewhat of a pullback. And so it is within this week. It's coming up on Friday. And hopefully these shares don't get called away from me. If they don't get called away from me, then I will sell another covered call. If they get called away from me and I'm obligated to sell my shares for $265, I'm still going to profit $3,600 if that happens. And what I'll do is I'll wait for a good entry point. I'll buy another 800 shares at some point and sell another covered call on it. That's my plan. That's what I'll do. And so, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to those of you who have. Please smash that like button. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate it. Also, I have mentioned before that if you've had any interest whatsoever in starting YouTube, don't hesitate. Don't wait. Just do it. Just do it. You don't have to have a portfolio like this. You don't have to talk about the stock market. You can talk about something else. But I encourage you, if you hear me, if you're watching this video, if you're listening to me and you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you know what? Do it. Do it. Get to it. Don't hesitate, because there is money to be made here. Obviously, I'm not making any money currently, but I'm hoping to make money in the future once I reach the threshold that YouTube has for when you're able to start making money on YouTube. Of course, I won't be making very much money at the very beginning, but even with this, even with the stock market, when I started doing this, I was making less than $1. So I didn't stop, and now I'm making $5,000 a month. Okay, so it's just a matter of time and consistency, I think. I hope. So thank you guys very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really, really would appreciate it. If you're thinking about starting YouTube, just do it. Let me know in the comments below that you're going to start your own YouTube channel. Once you make your first video, send me the link so I can watch it. I'll subscribe to your channel. I'll hit the like button. I'll watch your videos. Okay? I'll become your first subscriber. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great one. God bless. Talk to you in the next one.